The Boston Celtics have taken firm control of this NBA Finals behind the scoring of Jaylen Brown and facilitating of Jason Tatum. But there's a more profound reason why they're halfway to the NBA crown, and it has to do with the collective focus to out-hustle the Warriors to every 50-50 ball. So let's examine how the Celtics were able to create all those second chance opportunities and why it led them to a decisive Game 3 victory. The best way to overcome a defense that rotates as well as the Warriors is to punish them on the offensive glass. So let's break down how they were able to snag 15 of them and how it helped propel them to the win. On the quick push, Horford finds a dribble pitch to Brown on the right wing. Clay can't get around, so it forces the mismatch the Celtics are looking for, despite Looney proving time and again that he's really not the guy you want to isolate on. He does a good job to angle Brown out of the paint on the drive. Wiggins anticipates the rotation by Draymond and sinks to help on Robert Williams. Yet another great skip pass by the Celtics offense finds Tatum with a decent look, and watch what happens under the hoop. Williams is already anticipating the shot and gets inside position at the front of the rim. Looney should have been double teaming him with Draymond, but we'll see time and again that Williams will win the rebounding battle one-on-one with the shorter Green. He foolishly brings it down to get stripped, but another theme, loose balls gotten by the Celtics as Williams lays out to get the ball to Horford, who finds Brown wide open in the corner in the scramble. Side note, one of the original 13 rules of basketball, which still exists today, is that you're not allowed to punch the ball. I would have loved to have seen the refs call this one and hear the reaction from the crowd. This was weird. Based on the alignment, it should be a 1-2-2 zone, but perhaps the Warriors wanted to show this and then switch to man after the ball was inbounded. This leaves Looney stuck on Smart, who brings him out to jack up a bad three, and while Clay had good position, long rebounds happen. The defense does get lined up properly, but the shot fake lures Wiggins out of the way, and Draymond inexplicably does not help to try to contest this layup. By the way, it's a little unfair if you get to lift both feet and split to explode to the hoop like this, and both Brown and Tatum have gotten away with traveling like this often. This was interesting. Wiggins has been one of the best ISO defenders for the Warriors, so I don't know why Brown wanted to go at him like he was Jordan Poole. Credit to Brown for staying with it and finding White, who properly shot fakes without traveling, then gets baseline to the push shot as Draymond looks on and doesn't help to contest. With a 2-for-1 opportunity and Jaylen Brown already at 17 huge points, he uses a delay to go through the legs, then lifts both feet in the air before exploding past Payton. The X-out is done properly, but Payton is a step slow on his rotation. Now, everyone knows when a corner shot is missed, most often it will bounce towards the other corner. But Looney gets too caught up in putting a body on Williams instead of occupying the more likely spot. Brown is there to corral it, but the Warriors are able to escape when Derek White can't hit the contested three. I just don't get why more NBA teams don't try and crash the boards like the Celtics are routinely doing, and it's making the odds that the Warriors win this series pretty slim. But if you want a much better chance of winning some money, then you have to download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Bet just $5 on any team, and new customers can get $150 instantly. It's that simple. You can also do same-game parlays. Combine multiple bets from the same game for a bigger payout. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now, and if you use my promo code BBallBreakdown, you can lay down $5 on any pro basketball team, and you can get $150 in free bets instantly. I've made it even easier with my special link in the description below, so click on it now and make watching these playoff games even more fun with DraftKings Sportsbook. While the Celtics shape up in horns to attack the defense, you can see Brown is calling for Poole's man to get up there and set the ball screen. However, he forces the switch to get Curry onto him instead, and Curry does a great job to cut him off with the help of Draymond's full rotation. But that means Green is slow to get back to his man Robert Williams, who can't hit the tweener, but when Draymond steps in to grab the board, the ball heads right back to Williams. I don't know if an old school box out would have prevented this considering Williams has a height advantage. Green is left standing there watching the putback go in. Let's see what the Celtics are trying to do on offense. By screening Tatum in the weak side corner, they're hoping they can get a switch of Curry onto Tatum. That doesn't happen, and the defense does a good job to recover on the pick and pop to Horford. A shot fake by Smart gets Poole out of position, and Green helping one pass away. But he does recover to contest. Watch Jaylen Brown. Many players would just start jogging up the sideline to get back on defense. Brown starts running in and is right where he needs to be on this long rebound, a ball the Warriors didn't have a chance to get unless your hope is that Green would have landed after his contest and popped back into the play. In the scramble, Steph is forced to pick up Horford, and the Celtics are smart to go right at it, luring another help one pass away with Draymond, yielding a wide open shot, but the Warriors are just playing with fire right now. It's absolutely no coincidence that the Celtics didn't get any offensive rebounds for over 10 minutes of game time, and the Warriors came storming right back into the game. Having lost almost all of their 18-point lead, they run simple motion offense that is blown up when Klay switches with Wiggins and then Draymond switches with Klay. It was completely unclear to me why Smart felt the need to ISO against one of the Warriors' best ISO defenders, but this is the Marcus Smart experience. So of course he misses a wild attempt at a hanging left-handed shot, but of course he gets a second chance at the tip, and of course that tip doesn't go in, allowing the Warriors to dodge another bullet. Golden State's positional defense will let you pass the ball around the perimeter all you like, but while it might seem like the ball is really moving, there is little threat to the defense as the shot clock starts becoming an additional defender. However, on this pick and roll, notice how Poole had to switch onto Horford and how desperate he is to get the bigger Porter to pick him up. This doesn't happen, Draymond is left trailing the play but jumps too early for the rebound, allowing Horford to tip it out of there. However, they dodge yet another bullet when Horford shoots it too hard and then compounds the issue by fouling. Up by 3, they run 25, where Williams sets a pin down for Tatum in order to get Wiggins behind the play as his man sets a ball screen out top. Smart immediately attacks the switch to get in the lane. I like how Klay jumps out, and he's desperate to stop penetration by any means necessary, so you might have to turn your back on the offensive player like this. While Porter does see his man Williams cutting to the front of the rim, it's too late to stop his position, and he's able to tap it to Williams, and when Wiggins has to stop penetration, all he's got left is to foul on this nice dump-off pass, and they earn a free throw. With Poole worried about switching onto Tatum, he high hedges to either drive him backwards or get him to pass, which is what happens, and I was surprised Smart didn't try to make this pass to Williams, although we probably saw Draymond lurking at the restricted area. While Curry does get beat off the dribble, he recovers well enough to prevent the shot, and this had to have broken the Warriors' spirits. They had come all the way back from a big deficit, taken a brief lead, and then forced Boston within an inch of turning it over at the half-court line. Instead of a turnover, or a shot clock violation, or just a rebound of an impossible shot, Grant Williams, who could have just started trotting back down on defense and no one would have batted an eye, instead gets near the lane where the ball just happens to bounce to in an unfortunate sequence for Golden State. They end up drawing a silly foul on Gary Payton II, which directly leads to a pin down in the corner for Tatum. Poole steps up after Wiggins is taken out, but it doesn't matter as Tatum knocks down the long two to extend their lead to 9. This stretch coincides with the only 3 turnovers Steph Curry committed, all in the fourth quarter, and really served to kill their rallies to get back in the game. This crazy off-foot lefty Euro by Smart doesn't go in, and while Steph does see an open Poole for a second, he doesn't see Robert Williams sprinting in to steal this 50-foot cross-court pass, and the Celtics take immediate advantage of the numbers to get an open corner 3. Normally, Grant Williams must get back as a safety valve out top in his position. Instead, they're crashing 3 players to the glass. And of course, Smart misses the shot in a way few do. Way off to the left, so it bounces to the dotted line, right into Williams' hand for the putback and what would be an insurmountable lead. The Celtics want to attack Curry with Tatum, so they set this ball screen to force a switch. Watch Wiggins release to offer a double, but Tatum gets left and draws Draymond as the help. Another wide open 3 by Smart is bricked. Check how Grant is crashing the boards again from the corner, and there just isn't anything Draymond can do to elevate and grab this as Williams snatches it, and Tatum doesn't try to take advantage of Curry again on the wing, leading to a stop. The final nail in the coffin was on this possession, as the Celtics spread to let Jaylen Brown take Poole off the dribble. Watch how well the Warriors rotate with Wiggins to stop ball, Klay moving down with him, then closing out well to discourage the shot. They even get a really short miss on this well-contested fadeaway, but Horford starts to crash, Smart sneaks in there, while Robert Williams occupies Draymond. The ball goes through Wiggins' hands, Smart knocks it away, there's a collision between Green and Williams on the ground, Horford then rotates his body to pry the ball away, but it leads to him landing with all his weight right onto Curry's left leg. I'm ready for the refs to move the yard markers downfield when the ball suddenly pops up into Smart's hands. I've never seen anything like this, and the basketball gods no doubt were shining down upon the Celtics, as there is no substitute for toughness, quickness, ferocity, and intensity that all overwhelmed the Warriors the entire game. Left without Green after he fouled out, Poole had to guard Horford, and Iguodala is out there on Time Lord. The bounce pass lures Steph to gamble for the steal. When he doesn't get it, it's an easy 2-on-1 as Williams crushes the alley-oop and the Warriors spear it one last time. And if Golden State can't keep them from grabbing so many offensive rebounds, the Celtics are going to win this series.